I'm doing this video a little bit backwards. I wanted to show you the worst case scenario if you snuff your fire out with pellets and put too many pellets in while it's burning and you smother it. So it'll start smoking. It'll look like a smoke bomb, basically. So, you know, when this happens, probably the best thing to do is try to relight it with a lighter. You can see I just do that right there, and it'll relight and hopefully stop smoking. But just wanted to show you all that. And here is the beginning of the real video. Thank you.
Hello everybody. I've got my solo stove Mesa out, and I've seen a lot of comments on other videos all over YouTube about when people burn pellets, they have a hard time keeping the fire going without snuffing it out when they add pellets. And pellets seem to be getting sort of a bad rap on the social media. So I wanted to just do some tests and see what the best way to add pellets and how to burn with pellets. I've got some wood pellets here. I've got a whole another 40 pounds of them out in the building. These are just wood stove grade wood pellets. They're not for smoking or cooking. And I've got a couple of fire starters in there. These are the ones I did a review on a couple weeks ago. I'm going to use the pellet insert. I know a lot of people aren't using that now and they're burning from the top down, but I'm going to try and do it the way Solo Stove says to do it. And we're going to do some tests and see how it goes. So right now I'm going to get this thing fired up, and then we're going to go and add some pellets when we get to that point. I'm just going to add pellets up about to the top of the little pellet insert there, so I don't put out the fire starter. About right there. You can see around the smoke. And we're going to let that burn and get going. Then we'll come back and start adding pellets. Okay, it's been burning for a while, probably about 15-20 minutes. And you can see maybe you can see the pellets are starting to get pretty low. They're not all the way to the bottom yet. This side may have ran out. So I'm going to try to just add some. I just want to add back to where I was, back to the top of the pellet adapter. I'm not going to start at the very top, so I don't want to put it out. So I'll just dump some in there. And who knows, I may snuff it out. It looks like I might. But there we go. So I'm going to let that catch back up, see if that'll start. And this may not be the way to do it. I don't know. This is what I'm trying. I'm trying not to snuff it out. And that didn't work. I basically snuffed it out with the pellets, and I just put it back up to there. So maybe there's a better way. I am going to try to relight the smoke. Which I did there. So maybe it's not out completely. Let's see. But regardless, if you're in a patio situation where you've got some type of umbrella or something over top of you, you don't want to snuff it out and then all of a sudden your whole area is filled with smoke. So I can see where this will be problematic. Maybe we should try a different method. All right, that method didn't seem to work. So now I dumped out all the coals into my bonfire, which you can see there they are. And I'm going to fill this up with the insert in there. I'm going to fill it up all the way to the top, or just below the reburn holes. And I'm going to try to start a top-down fire and see what happens. Okay, so I've kind of packed them in there. I'm going to kind of push in these fire starters on top. You can see that's kind of right below the reburn holes. And I'm going to try a top-down fire here. So we'll let that burn for a little bit, let it get going, and I'll be back.
So this is burning pretty good. You can see the fire starters are pretty much burned out. And now the pellets are burning. And it's starting to gasify a little bit on the sides. And we're not getting hardly any smoke. So that's good. So maybe this is a better way to do it. We'll find out when I go to add more pellets.
Okay, it's been burning a while, and you can see it's going good. You can see the top of the pellet adapter in there. I don't want to get my phone too close to the flame. And you can see I've got a little bit left of the pellets. So I'm just going to add, this is a third cup. I'm just going to add a third cup. See what happens. So it's still burning. That's good. It's not smoking too bad. A little bit of smoke, not a lot. So we'll see if that'll take off. Something I have been doing is I've been using a little poker. This is a little hot dog stick, but you can use a stick or whatever, and just kind of poking them every once in a while, just to keep them going. So let's see if that takes off here in a second. Maybe this is the way to do it. All right, it's been about 2 minutes since I added those pellets, and it's back up and running. I gave it a little poke also. So I'm thinking that's going to be the way to do this. It is a little more finicky than just burning regular old little blocks of wood. I prefer that. So I think this is the way. Add just a little bit at a time. Make sure it's good and hot when you add the pellets. Don't add it on a freshly started fire or you're going to put it out. And you could probably, I've seen people leave the pellet adapter out, not even use the pellet adapter. So that's a possibility also. It's a little windy today also. So you can kind of see that the wind is giving it a little bit of issues. You can see the smoke coming out the bottom. So that's due to the wind. So anyway, take this for what it's worth. I've never had an issue when I burn the chunks of wood. So if you can, just buy the chunks of wood from Solo Stove, or you can get the smoker wood chunks that people use to smoke. That's what I used in the previous video, and it worked really well. But if you've got time to mess with it, I mean, you can see it's burning good. But you just got to be a little more particular when you're burning pellets. So hope this helps, and be sure you subscribe. And if you got a way that works for you, put it in the comments. I'd like to hear what you have to say works for you if you burn pellets. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next video.